Hey guys, so when I had my hysterectomy, it was with a local surgeon, so no one special, just whoever would accept my insurance. I just called around to my doctors and had them make a referral for me for whoever would take me. The local hospital refused me because they're religious, so I went with one that's a little bit further out of town, but I ended up having a good experience with that team of doctors and nurses, so I'm happy I went there. So when I had my hysterectomy, I had everything going fine, it seemed, but as soon as I got home, I attempted to get up the stairs into my house to go to the restroom, and that tore an internal stitch, because they can't tell how tight to do it sometimes, so it's a complication that might happen. So I began bleeding pretty profusely, so they give you instructions on just how much bleeding is too much after surgery. So this was some pretty intense bleeding like I've never seen before. So I went to the ER, which was a 20-minute drive. And by the time I got there, I was soaked through my clothes, through the post-op garments they give you. I was like totally covered in blood. So after waiting in the emergency room waiting room for about 15 more minutes, they brought me back and said they were going to monitor me and gave me new garments to wear and put me in a gown and redid my IV. At that point, I had started passing blood clots about the size of softballs, which was both painful and really scary because at first I thought it was my organs. And when I called for the nurses to come in, they didn't reassure me that it wasn't my organs either, so I was really freaking out. So they had decided to just go into surgery from there, so they just prepped me for that, which took a few hours. So the whole ordeal from getting into surgery at 8 in the morning until that night at about 4 in the morning, I was finally able to really go home and start having my post-op healing. From there, it was 2 solid weeks of intense pain. I was on the post-op meds the entire time for that 2 weeks, and was using ice pads and heating packs and just lying there crying. Basically, it was one of the most painful surgical experiences I've ever had. I would say the top surgery is by far way easier, and as you've seen from the photos, I only had 3 small incisions, so it is a really intense surgery, and I would say get really prepared for that if it's something that you are needing in your transition. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or want some more tips on things that are good to have post-op for hysterectomies, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, have a good one.